Good evening, everyone. Gordon Causey coming to you live and unscripted on this. It is now Friday night, the 28th of June. It's 10:04 p.m. And I just want to tell you a little bit about what happened after the debate last night between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. But before I do, I have a dog. Come here. And she expects to get a treat at the start of every video. If you ever watch any of my other ones, you'll see it's pretty much all of my videos start with her. So, later, speak. Okay, come up, show your face. Candy has a treat. So now she'll let me tell my story about what happened after the debate last night. So after the debate had concluded, and after they'd shook hands with everyone, and the evening wound down, Jill Biden and Joe were leaving the studio, and Jill Biden decided that, after Joe's amazing performance in the debate, that it would probably be a good idea to go to a burger joint and celebrate and show the public, Joe Biden, man of the people, at a simple burger joint, having a burger and fries. She thought this would be a really good PR event that would get a lot of buzz. So she and Joe found a burger joint. They went inside, and Joe sat down, and Jill went up, and she ordered a burger and fries, and she asked them to take the burger and to cut it in half and to divide the fries onto two different plates. So she came back to their little booth, puts a half a burger and fries in front of Joe, and she sits down with her half and her fries, and the two of them are sitting there. And of course, the other patrons, the other customers in the burger joint are all looking on. This is the president and the first lady. They're amazed. And Jill starts eating her burger, but the president's just kind of sitting there, looking around, not touching his food. And she's eating away, quite happy, looking at the patrons, enjoying the attention they're getting. And there's one gentleman, a truck driver, he's looking over, and he can't help notice that Joe Biden is not touching his burger or his fries. He's just sitting there. And concerned, he walks over to their table and he says, I really apologize for interrupting. I know it was a big night for you. You had the debate and everything, but I noticed that the president isn't eating his food. And I was thinking maybe he'd like his own dinner. Maybe he'd like his own meal. It would be a thrill for me if you'd let me buy the president his own burger and fries. Could I do that for you? It would be great. And Jill, she looks up and she goes, I really appreciate that very much. But, well, the president and I, we share everything. So the guy, okay, fair enough. And he goes and he sits back down. He's eating his meal. But he keeps looking over at Jill and Joe Biden. And she continues to eat away at her burger and eat at her fries. But he's just standing there staring off into space, not touching his food. So again, he goes over and he goes, look, I'm sorry to bother you again. And, I don't mean to interrupt, but the thought occurred to me, perhaps the president would like something other than a burger. Maybe he'd like a chicken burger or a fish burger or something. Could I buy something else for him? It would be a great thrill for me to buy the president a dinner. And again, Jill says, I really appreciate it. Thank you again. But as I told you last time, the president and I, we share everything. So the guy's sitting there, he's like, okay, fair enough. And he sits down, he finishes up his meal, he looks over, and still Joe is not touching his food. Jill Biden is just finishing up. She's got a few fries left, and he's getting ready to leave, and he just can't let it go. So he walks over to the table and he goes, look, I won't bother you anymore. I'm just curious. I'm watching you and the president sitting here, and you're eating away, and he's not touching his food. And I'm just wondering, is everything okay? I'm a little concerned. And at this point, Joe Biden grabs him by the arm. His eyes clear up a bit, and he looks at him and says, I'm just waiting for the teeth. I like that joke. Anyway, if you liked it, you're welcome to share it. You can repeat it, obviously, and do a better job than I did. You can also give me a thumbs up. Those are always appreciated. They give you that little endorphin, dopamine, whatever that chemical in the brain is that makes you all happy. And you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. I'm actually going to tell some more Biden jokes. I think it's probably a good idea, given that he probably isn't going to be around much longer in terms, at least as a political figure. I think the writing is pretty much on the wall. If you're an American watching this, do know that I am a Canadian. So it's not my place to tell you Joe Biden or Donald Trump, but given the choices, I'll leave you to decide where my sympathies lie on this side of the Canadian-American border. And if you do subscribe to this channel, I'm one of these unacceptable fringe minority Canadians, one of these guys who didn't get the vaccine when your president, Joe Biden, was telling the world that, I was going to be facing a winter of death and disease. And yet everyone I know who didn't get it, we're all fine. And, well, that's a subject for another video. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Night all.